Welcome back to Mr. Bet on You, the live show that we do every Sunday. We end our week together. We start a new week together. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're out, I hope you're making money. I hope you're being safe. I hope it's not too hot. I hope you're doing good. We have some topics tonight. I'm going to give some fresh perspective on some things we've talked about before, based on things that I'm seeing kind of in the YouTube land. I have an email was sent to me. So the thumbnail that you saw, that is not my, those are not my ratings. That was sent to me yesterday, actually, with a story. And I might share a little bit of that. I don't know yet, but that was somebody's ratings. I believe it was a 4.95, 100% acceptance rate, 100% completion rate. I have never seen a 100% acceptance rate ever. I've never seen it. Nobody's ever sent me that. I've never seen it in person. I've obviously personally never had that. I've had conversations with people telling me, Pedro, you should get it to 100%. I'd love to see what that looks like and what that feels like to get there. Do you get better offers at 100%? Listen, I had to put that in the thumbnail. So thank you for sending that to me. That person is in California. So they have the Prop 22. So the way they work the gig economy could be very different than you and I. And that's okay. We're going to get into some of that today. We're also going to talk about Instacart. I've been getting a lot of information, seeing some things, noticing some things. I did Instacart this week, made $310 on Instacart. So it's been a little while since I've done Instacart and made that much. It's been maybe since May, so a few months. It was okay. I just took things that made sense to me, and I had virtually no downtime this week when I was doing gig work, because as I was dropping off for DoorDash, I would accept an Instacart, vice versa. I would end one on one app, and I would already have one waiting in the queue. I had no downtime. I didn't work a whole lot, but I made good money for that reason. So we'll get into Instacart. They lowered the base pay. It used to be $7 was the minimum for shop and delivers. Now, there are some that are shop onlys that I've seen as low as $5 and some change. But now, shop and delivers $4 or $5. Instacart, you should be ashamed. A lot of us love to beat up on DoorDash. Listen, I do it too. But Instacart, let me tell you something. Did some content this week. You guys might have seen some. We had some crazy hot weather and some thunderstorms in my St. Louis market, okay? I was seeing orders 100 plus items, right? No tip. $8, $9. One was like 15, but the mileage was crazy. I'm seeing orders on YouTube, and people are sending me things I see in my market, $6.50, $5.78, 40 items. I mean, depending on how fast you are, how far away you are and the customer is, at best, let's say everything lines up. There's no line at Aldi. You find everything. The communication's great. The mileage isn't crazy. Traffic isn't crazy. But we know these things happen. Maybe it takes you 30 minutes. Woo! Holy shit. I just made $5.50. That's despicable. Now, we don't have to take it, but that should never be out there. That is worse than a $2 DoorDash order, and I'll debate anybody about that. But that's probably going to take you 40 minutes. Could take you an hour, depending on the items and the distance. An hour, that's less than minimum wage, man. That's crazy. It's absolute insanity that Instacart is lowering the pay. But DoorDash is lowering it. Uber Eats has lowered it. I'm seeing offers for $1 and some change on Uber Eats. Despicable. Despicable. It is. It's crazy. All I do is laugh at this point. You can't even get mad. You just laugh. And we try to teach new drivers, as you should be, as you're out there, telling them you don't take that stuff. There's not money in it. Know your worth. Don't take those orders. Now, but let's segue. We've been talking about acceptance rate on DoorDash for a while. Me and Sin City Deliveries had that conversation, which was I guess about a year ago. It seems like it, right? Maybe a little bit less, maybe 10 months. It's a good conversation, right? Up till that point, my acceptance rate was really low. I could always make good money. In 2023, because about 7 months after that conversation, DoorDash started these programs, the Diamond program. They have the Priority program now, where you're like a gold, platinum, gold, silver, which is basically Top Dasher, metrics. I've seen fellow YouTube content creators currently talking about that they are having a high AR and they're having good experiences. DoorDash has changed. And if your pride and ego are too big and your head's too big, you can't even walk through the door and you're like, nope, I'm not going to do it, not going to do it. I don't blame you. Everybody's going to do what works for them. There's a lot of talk about acceptance rate and this and that. It matters for most of us, not all of us, because you might have the large order program and you could cherry pick and it works for you, and that's good. What we have to come to realize is, and this is just my little speech, and then we'll get into some other things. I'm going to say hi to the chat. I'll put the StreamYard link up for you guys to join. As long as drivers, fellow drivers, and there's 174 of y'all, hit the thumbs up for your boy. As long as your fellow drivers are making good money, who cares how they do it? As long as they're profitable. The only disclaimer I put to that is we should never, and I stand firm on this. This is the one thing I have to stand firm on. We should never take $2 and $3 orders, ever. There's zero circumstance, in my opinion, that we should ever do that. It's my opinion. We should never take a $5 Instacart with 50 items in it. Never. We should never do work and hope and pray for a tip afterwards. If it's not worth your time, don't take it. Just decline it and keep it moving. Have your apps on. Accept the best thing. It's not rocket science. Okay? But DoorDash acceptance rate matters. I'm going to keep saying it because it's fucking true. It's never been more true. And everything that DoorDash is doing, they're very smart, is showing us that. And all the people that don't like DoorDash, your acceptance rate is probably really low, and that's why you're not seeing as good of orders consistently. It is what it is. We have to just come to terms with it, realize it, and maybe in your state, there's legislation will come to where things change, and you get what they have in Cali or New York. Probably not going to happen anytime soon. It's just not. Will it happen more? Probably. The writing's on the wall. Someone said the gig economy is a scam. It's going away. The bubble's about to burst. I think those things could be true as well. But right now, you just have to watch these channels, watch other channels, watch the live, be a part of the community, join a Facebook group, I don't know about Reddit, but join something where you can get knowledge and information and perspective from drivers in your market to figure out how to combat what these apps do, what are the trends, so you can maximize your opportunities out here. Maybe download a solo app so you have a lot of information and insights and some guaranteed earnings so that you could not have to stay in the economy longer than you want to. That's what we got going on tonight. But Instacart, shame on you. I mean, to send out $4 and $5 batches and there's 100 items, and it's despicable. I would liken that to if DoorDash started paying us like 50 cents to do a 2-mile run, right? That's about the same as shopping for somebody, bagging it, bringing it to their doorstep for $5. They're about the same. If you think about time and effort and everything that's involved. So appreciate everybody for being here. Vibes are high. We got the GigCon. I'm flying to Denver tomorrow with the family. Not flying, driving. We'll be there Tuesday. We're going to stop in Kansas, spend Monday night. And then I'll be in Denver late afternoon Tuesday. I'm ready to make this event happen. We have so many great people involved in it. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing. That's just in a few days, 5 days, guys. It's going to be awesome. Tickets are rolling in. People are getting excited. There's a buzz, man. This next week is going to be even bigger and bolder than last year's, and last year's was fantastic. All right, I've rambled. Who do we have in here with us tonight? Matt Dog, Charlene, Juan, what up? Gary Middleton, Gig Con, Chelsea, Hockey PNC's coming. Ron B, Joseph, what up, Joseph? Always good to see you. Laser Boys, N2, Melody, hit that thumbs up, peeps. Daphne, Noah Nomad. We have Mamadou, Bigfoot Killer, Autobahn, Paulie, Sinful, Lynn, Dashing Across America, big fan. How are you? April Bean, Juan, JP's Corner. What up? What up? Appreciate you, my friend. You know what I'm talking about. KMG, FDA, Dashing Trader in the house. Lynn, Gigs and Buys. How are you? Rice Your Rodeo. What's up? What's up? I'll see you in a couple days. I saw my man Jaywalk in here. Hockey PNC, Gig Wars Official, Santi, Bud Soda, Juan. I think I got all the names. Autobahn, Qualaya. I saw Qualaya in here. Chelsea, I'll see you. I got your ticket. Fly Guys, Giggin, I got your tickets. Sarah Keston, Cam, Marty, what's up? Daniel Hustle, I'll see you in Denver. All right, Melody, what up, what up? All right, hit the thumbs up for your boy. Now, GigCon's going to be special, man. You guys know about it. We've talked about it. Okay, I don't have anything new to present you as far as that goes. At some point tonight, we will be talking about some late breaking announcements for the BOY brand, for Jaywalk. If you know, you know. Okay, I'm going to be sharing something with you that will be premiering tomorrow. Very unique, like nothing that you've seen in this space before. It will cross other YouTube spaces. It will connect, collaborate. It's going to give you a virtual, visual way to get information about gig economy, betting on yourself, motivation, and news, all in one spot, weekly. Big announcement. It's going to come tonight. I'm going to let the maximum amount of people get in here after we have some guests come up, and I'm going to premiere something for you that will drop tomorrow and then every Monday afterwards. So shout out to Jaywalk. Shout out to Sam. We're going to be doing that together here shortly. We're going to give you guys a sneak peek. Very excited about it. When we talked about leveling up this year, we talked about a network, a different way. Something was coming. It's here. It's coming tonight. It's coming tomorrow. You guys are going to get a sneak peek. A lot's happened in the back end of the boy brand and in my brain and other people's brains. So very excited to share that with you guys tonight. Tonight, I had to bring out the old school shirt. You guys remember when I had no subscribers? I went to the mall and had these shirts printed. I'm feeling good about the week coming up and what we've done and who we've connected with. The people we're going to put together in one room. That it's just amazing, the people that are involved. So I had to go back to the humble beginnings of me wearing this shirt and promoting myself. And I'm going to continue to do that in many different ways with you guys. Now, I remember those. Yes, it's been a while since I'm packing. I'm like, you know what? Let me get the OG white Pedro DoorDash Santiago 2021 edition. Let me get this out. I paid like $30 for that bad boy. Let's wear them. I got like a black one, a couple white ones. I had to bring them out. Very nostalgic, right? Is Pedro okay? I'm fine. Why? What are you talking about? Pedro, wake up, my man. I'm good. I remember before Ruben's went, yes. When a bunch of talk about transparency, especially DoorDash, what specifically are you talking about? Ooh, let me put that. Let me read that question before I open the StreamYard link up. Serious question. When a bunch of talk about transparency, especially DoorDash, what specifically are you talking about? Transparency? Leonard, I think most people talk about tip transparency. They talk about item count transparency. They talk about transparency when it comes to the customer's name. We don't see that right now. Mileage sometimes has been weird. The money's the main thing. Not knowing what it's actually going to pay out and having to guess, that is the issue with transparency with DoorDash right now. That's what I would say. You had short hair. I had shorter hair. I did. Yeah. Do metrics matter? Do metrics matter? Yes. I think some of them do. They've made them matter. I don't think they did before as much, but DoorDash has changed the game. All the apps are. Let me tell you guys something. It's not just DoorDash. We talk about DoorDash here. It's in the middle name. I get it. Okay, most of my money in the gig economy has come from DoorDash. Uber does it. Some people say Spark does it, or they feel like they do. I see the videos. I don't know. I've never done Spark. Instacart has tier programs. There are other apps that people talk about. I have not tried, but there's a driver score. There's a metrics. There's, hey, take something, get in the good graces of the apps. Maybe they'll throw you more later. They want to see that you want to work. It's all the same. It's all the same. All these companies are more similar than they are different. Let me repeat that for everybody in the back room. Some are worse than others. It's about your opinion in your market. All these companies do about the same thing, and they all piggyback off each other. So I do think they look at things, and it's an AI algorithm. It's ever learning. It's learning you. It's learning your market. Codes put in there, I would assume. And I do think on some level, the numbers do reflect your experience with your app you're using in your market. And you have to personalize it for you. Because somebody in Cali can't tell me how to do DoorDash if I'm in St. Louis. It doesn't make any logical sense because they have Prop 22. Somebody in New York City can't tell me how to do Uber Eats because it's very different. Somebody in Denver, Colorado might have a completely different experience with Spark than somebody in St. Louis, Missouri. That's why on this channel we talk about going out and figuring things out for yourself, betting on you, adapting and changing, because these apps are going to continue to do that. We have to do it with them, or exit stage left and decide you don't want to do it if you don't want to do it anymore, right? But you have that personal decision. But I absolutely think on a whole, it matters. I do believe it does. I don't know how long it's mattered because I haven't been in the gig economy that long, but all of the apps, if somebody can in the chat tell me one app that doesn't have some kind of score, rating, star system, tracking, they all track us. They all keep a score. You can be deactivated from them from breaking TOS. They are all more similar than they are different, in my very humble opinion. If somebody knows of a gig economy app that doesn't track your score and your ratings and has rules to abide by, I'll sign up tomorrow. I mean, that sounds like the perfect app to me if you can just kind of do whatever. But DoorDash and Uber and Instacart, all these apps are very, very similar in that regard. And I think they're learning from each other, and they're learning what you do, what you don't like to take, what you take. It's AI, right? I think that's what it does. So I'm going to share the link for you guys. Let's see. Para Works is like no other gig offers. I don't know that because I've never done it. I'll have to take your advice for that. But does Para have ratings? Do they have any type? Do they have something? I don't know. But that might be the one exception. I have never done it though, so I can't say. But I would trust Steve's opinion on that. All right, let me go ahead and share this with you guys, and we're going to get the show started. Instacart, are you on it? Have you seen it? They dropped the base pay. DoorDash, what's your acceptance rate? Do you think it matters in 2023? I clearly think it does. I want to hear from somebody that can come up here and tell me that it doesn't, because I think you're wrong. We're not saying if it should or not. We're saying what's the reality? Emotions to the side. Do I think there should be a number in there at all? No, I don't. But that's not what we're talking about here. Okay, let me go ahead and share this link with you guys. We're going to get the show rocking and rolling. Let's see if I could find it. I can't tell. Not completely true anymore. Gary. Gary and Steve are fighting. I think they're in the living room together, though. No ratings, just common sense stuff like don't ditch an order. That's rating. Sorry, but so you're wrong. So if you accept an order on an app and they're telling you can't ditch it, there's a ratings involved in that. Let's be honest here, boys and girls. Okay, think about it. My AR is 89%. That's pretty high. How do you sign up for Par? Ooh, Steve's in here. If Steve's willing to share a link, drop a link, Steve. I think you've got one, don't you, brother? All right, so been trying at least about 50. Yeah, it's tough, man. It's not easy out here. The gig economy, it's not easy all the time, and it's not for everybody. Okay, so let me go ahead and share this StreamYard link with you guys right now. Copy. Okay, here we go. Hit thumbs up. 239 in the building on the eve of GigCon and the Town Hall Summit on August 5th. We're going to be doing the damn thing in Denver, Colorado. 2 days, 2 events. All right. Okay, let me see if I can't pin that. The link is pinned. Okay, let's read some chat. AR doesn't matter in my market, says Dad Dash. All markets are different. Absolutely. I have tested my market extensively. I like how he says in his market. I like that a lot. I like that. And I know Dad Dash has tested it, so I like that he's bringing that. Kyle Dash, what up, brother? Good to see you. Platinum program came to Rolla. Interesting. I know it's in Florida. I think it's in 4 or 5 markets, right? This is the nail in the coffin. All weekend bottom of the barrel orders below 50%. You won't be able to multi-app and spam decline unless you want to see all no tips. Kyle Dash, I think you are right. I think the more it comes, it's yeah. Thanks for sharing it, Steve. What's Gary saying here? Hold up, let me see. All apps have some sort of ratings. Absolutely, Gary. I couldn't agree with you more. Where's that comment? I want to read that. All apps have some sort of ratings. Could be AR or completion ratings, but all apps have something. Absolutely, they do. So why do we only beat up DoorDash? Listen, and I don't give a fuck about DoorDash. Let me get that clear. I'm not paid by them. I care too. Listen, I use it as an opportunity. Don't care at all. DoorDash, come get me. I don't care. Email me. I don't care. Okay. But all the apps are more similar than different. And I believe that to be true. I really do. Yes, the higher your platform ratings are, it seems to me I get order. Yeah, I think when things are I think there's something to that. I think that is we're starting to see other content creators try things, share their experience. I'm seeing things. I'm telling you, we've been talking about this for several months, but I'm starting to see it. And I think apps right now that don't have certain programs will develop them. Okay, I'm not on all the app. I think they'll have to develop them. Because let me ask you this question. You got a driver that takes 2 orders a day, and he only takes things that are $50 or more. You got another driver that does 6 runs a day, and he's willing to do a $25 run. Who do you think the app's going to have more loyalty to? The person working twice a day or 6 times a day? Probably the driver working 6 runs a day. Agree or disagree? Wouldn't you, as a business owner, value the driver that's doing 6 runs versus 2? Think about it. I'm nefarious. What up? I don't believe DoorDash acceptance rate means anything, says Salty, because I still get $3 orders. So do I. And live in the heart of Los Angeles, and my acceptance rate is high. So let me share something before I get to the panelists tonight. The email, the thumbnail, those are not my ratings. I want to say that again. This driver's in Cali. They got a 100% acceptance rate and 100% completion rate. She tells me, and her question to me was, Pedro, look at my mate. They got, I think, over 1,000 deliveries or almost 2,000. So they're not been around a long time, but long enough. And there are times where it says her market's busy and she gets nothing. She worked one day and did 2 or 3 orders in a day. And she's at 100% acceptance rate. So, but she's in California, so maybe it's different. Maybe a lot of drivers, the acceptance rate's really high, but 100? That's crazy. $2 a mile or nothing. Okay. Your work is very heroic, Pedro. Your video about the American dream was excellent. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. I had that on my mind that day. Loyalty from DoorDash? Loyalty from? I'm not loyal to DoorDash. That's the Uber Eats model. Yeah, 6 times or more. Okay. My biggest issue with DoorDash is Jenny Bean 326. Lately is that the new unassigned button without penalty is not working. Had stacked, but second one was away. Ooh, I haven't done that yet. I get the message, but I haven't done it. That could be a glitch. I'm not sure. Interesting though. Minimum wage in Denver is $17.29. The support member dodged the question when I asked about earn by hour. Interesting. Is the earn by hour less than that? Use the chat bot to unassigned penalty free single and double orders. Okay. If you are not in the large order, you're going to get screwed. Yeah, I'm not in the large order. I need to get on it. I should be on it. I'm going to end my month at 80% acceptance rate in DoorDash. Don't hate me. It is what it is. I had a really good Friday, and I did not have many declines on Friday. Gig Hustler, what up, brother? Sounds like oversaturation. I think that could be it, too. And it could have just been she had a bad day or two. We had some email correspondence. She might be watching now. If you're watching, let me know in the chat. But those were her stats. And, yeah, I was like, damn. I mean, I know drivers with 10% AR, and they get good orders, and they're staying busy. And they should. The order should come to you based on your proximity. But also, and some of y'all might not like this. Remember what I just said. The driver that does 2 routes a day or 6 a day, who is the company going to value more? Should they value the 6 route a day worker more than the 2? It's up to you. You guys can only answer that question. I'm just asking you scenarios, right? So I think DoorDash looks at it. I think they look at it very similarly, right? All right. Appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys are really buzzing in the chat. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see who we have in the show tonight. Let's talk. I want to talk Instacart, lower base pay. What do you think about it? It's crazy. How low can it get? Like $4 and some change, $5 and some change to shop. Let me give you a scenario. I live by an Aldi really close. I'll get to you guys. I see Bernard, I see Sam, and I see Bud Soda. Sam is, hold on one second. Sam's going to help me with something in a little while, but hold up. Let me see. I'm going to get you guys 1 second. I got an Aldi I walk to. It's where I shop. I shop at Aldi. I love Aldi. I love my local Aldi. Shout out to the Aldi on Gravois. I love the staff there, the team. I love Aldi. I love, love, love Aldi. Okay. But I start my day sometimes with an Instacart or DoorDash on Aldi. And it's great because it's right there. Like it's fantastic. I know where everything is. I can shop 50 items in Aldi in 10 minutes. Yeah, I love it. Okay. But how is Instacart going to pay me $5 to shop, bag, I got to bag my stuff. Put it in the car, bring it to your door. Regardless of the weather, if it's 115, if it's raining, if it's snowing, it's a beautiful 80-degree day, not a cloud in the sky. $5. That to me it's crazy to me. It's crazy. How do we get more? I don't know. And then imagine this. Let's say it's somebody that they don't believe in tipping, or they are going to tip afterwards, or they're from a different country, part of the world, or you ordered it for your grandmother and that's all the money you had. She needs her food. I'm empathetic to that. But now, because Instacart's only paying $5, it might take 3 hours for her to get that order. That's not right either. We got to think about the consumer as well. It's crazy, man. $5 for an Instacart order is, even $7's bad, but to have it keep going down when inflation is on the rise is crazy to me. It's absolutely nuts. All right, so let's see here. Sam, did you want to come in and have this conversation? Give me a thumbs up, or are you coming in to talk about what we have going on? If you can see me, let me know. I can see you. Text me. How about that? Because I want to make sure we're on the same page. All right, so I see, let's see, Bernard's in here, Bud Soda. I see Lynn. Let me bring Bernard in first. We're going to do a little one-on-one. Let me get the headphones on. Instacart lower base pay, DoorDash acceptance rate matters, and why I think it kind of should. Shouldn't we? Why are we against the apps prioritizing drivers for working more for them? Listen, I know people are going to say, well, it's not independent contractor work. We're not independent contractors. I've already said that. I don't think we are. I think we're something else. I think we have to stop using that word. That's my hot takes for tonight. Let me kick it to my man Bernard first.
Hello.
Bernard, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I cannot hear you. Are you muted maybe? Or check. No,
all right.
Okay, you're unmuted now. So go ahead.
All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Hold on. I think I got you right here. Let me try this. Okay. Say something, Bernard.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
We are good. How you doing, my friend?
All right.
So what do you think about the topics tonight, man?
Personally, I think like these rating systems, they will always matter. At any contracting job that you have, whether you're, it's how they determine whether or not they want to renew the contract with you. Now they may run afoul of certain types of business practices if they can be proven, that those rating systems may be discriminatory, and there may be some legal issues there. I'm not a lawyer, but I've been around the block enough with some disability issues and stuff that I'm kind of looking at this and going like, this could be an issue for them. The ADA is a kind of a powerful tool. I also think that, like in my REIT market, I'm in the Danbury market, which is in Connecticut, who's part of, Westchester County of New York. And I see base pay for orders get kicked up to $12 to get them delivered this week. It was almost $1.50 a mile. I think what's happening in the richer zones, people are just saying, nah. And then what's happening, and especially with the DoorDash, because that's primarily what I do, as the people that decline them with the low ARs, they get bumped up, and then they get filtered to the people with the higher acceptance rating because they know they'll eventually get delivered, even if they have no tip.
I agree with that. I think there's something there. What market are you in again? Did you share that with us, or can you share?
I'm in Danbury, Connecticut, which includes Brewster, New York, Pauling, Wilton, Reading, Bethel, Newtown, which is where Sandy Hook is. To give you any question, Woodbury. I have a list. I've been delivering to homes that probably cost about $5-10 million.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. The exact opposite of the homes I deliver to, kind of.
Correct. And so, if I see $1.50 per mile, Well, that's good money because I'm not having to stop at traffic lights. Everything's highway miles, backlane country roads. Um, at this point, I think in terms of top, for if I've been, just to let you know, I've been involved in politics and I've worked intern in the legislature and stuff. I think there's a question, and I always think it's what it's going to come down to is how are the states getting their tax money? And I think that will be the precursor for how we get classified in the future.
Good point. And I think that's why there's a push for some states to want us to be employees, and that they say we're misclassified because they also realize they're missing out on the state income tax, the federal income tax. They're missing out on that from a lot of drivers because you can do this work for just a little bit and not have to even do taxes, or you could,
you can do it for up to $599.
Exactly.
Not get 1099. Yes.
Exactly. And plus, they're not taking anything out like in a traditional W-2. So now they're trusting us as drivers to claim taxes and do it right?
Correct.
Or do it on time. So they're seeing a less of a flow of tax money come in that they can utilize at their disposal, and they don't like that because it's. If I said it was billions of dollars, I could be wrong. I don't know what the number is, but it's obviously very high, right? So
let me give you a good example of this. Wage discrimination. The last time I saw a report was like in 2014, based on disability. Wage discrimination cost the state of Connecticut about $500 million a year in income tax revenue.
That's crazy.
So so what I'm trying to say is there's motivation for the legislatures or the states or the government to capture this money, but it may inadvertently benefit us in some respects because it may provide some more protections for us.
Yep, that's a good point. And I think a lot of drivers out here want protections. They want some kind of guarantee. They want some benefits, and there's nothing wrong with those things. I think a lot of people actually fight for that, and they want that because they feel like we're being taken advantage of, or they've had a rough go of it in the gig economy, and they're just really, really, really struggling. I think I think a majority of drivers struggle to do this work. I do believe that, right? Based on things I've seen, conversations I've had, certain analytics that I've seen. So I think that makes sense for those people, right? That's a good. Wage discrimination. Rideshare Rodeo says wage discrimination and wage theft are rampant. Yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely an issue, and I don't think we talk about it a lot, but it's there. It's there.
And it's a question of how do you prove it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's also a question of the frameworks of the laws that we're working in are designed for working prior to the internet. So, it's going to require some, and I don't push this on people, but if you want to have a say in how it looks forward, you need to contact your representatives, state and federal, because that's the only way this is going to happen. I could care less what you want it to look like, but that's what's going to end up having to take shape at some point.
It's a good segue. I'm going to get to the next person, but Bernard, I want to say, the event that's going on Saturday, the day after the GigCon in Denver, Steve from Rideshare Rodeo is in the chat right now. He's putting together this town hall where he has a House of Representatives, Stephanie Viho, and a lot of other people are going to be there to talk about with politicians, right, and other delegates and drivers, talk about what we really would like to see versus what the politicians think we need. So that's kind of what this town hall is about. I definitely recommend you tuning into the live on that. I think it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be very unique, right? And something like this really hasn't been done, and it could kind of spark a new way of having conversations. Because I think we could do it virtually. We can interview people. That's all great, but I think if you do it in person, and that interperson connection you can make with a politician or somebody that might have some kind of clout to actually impact change in a positive way. I think it's going to be really cool. So definitely want to check that out. Appreciate you for coming on and sharing your insights. Looks like you're out there working, so stay safe, brother.
Oh no, I'm done for the night. It's now 10:30 here, and
Okay.
the office went bad right at 9:40. I got like 2 offers under like $8, and I'm like, nope, done. Click.
There you go.
That's
I
how
love
I.
it.
That's how I say the AR rating. It's
Yeah.
literally, I know where my market ends at each night, and I'm not willing to take. And I stop.
There
You
you go.
have to stop to keep the AR. You can work late, but you're not going to get anything for it. You're only going to get negative repercussions for it.
Well, like you just said, that's you've learned that for your market. So hey, you know what? It's time to stop. I'm not going to
Yep.
make much more else. I'm going to be frustrated. Let me go home and relax. Right. So I think that's fantastic advice. Bernard, have a good rest of your night, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll hang here if you want to call me up again if you want.
Sounds good. So. Thanks, man. All right. So I'm going to bring in, I got Bud Soda waiting. I have Lynn Lucas waiting. I'm going to bring Bud Soda up. Bud Soda, you got 15 seconds. No, I'm messing with you, man. How you doing, Bud Soda?
Hey, what's up? So
what's up, man?
I just want to get to business. Like, are you advocating that we should take 70% of all orders? Yes or no? Because I am kind of confused.
Repeat the question. Repeat it.
Are you advocating that drivers should have a 70% acceptance rate?
No, I'm not. Nope, okay. I'm not advocating that at all.
Okay. Do you think it's right that they should have tier programs for acceptance rate at all? Because as independent contractors, misclassified or not, but the definition, we're not supposed to have that. We're supposed to be able to just accept and decline anything we want. So
we can accept, but Soto, we can accept and decline anything that we want. There might be they put a disclaimer on that right now.
Yeah.
So basically,
Yeah. So that's treating us like an employee, is it not?
No, it's not. I think we're this is my opinion, and I think people can have different ones. We're not employees, clearly. We're not independent contractors. I really believe, I believe in my heart we are not. I think we're something else. I think that's why a lot of people say we need some kind of, Steve says it a lot. We need to like a new thing. We need something new. We need a new rule for us, a new way of looking at it, maybe even a different way to do the taxes. I don't know. Okay. But we're not either. We're not either.
My acceptance rate swings wildly. It can be 30 to 80 some days on Grubhub when there's maybe 4s that pop all day because Grubhub's the slowest app. It's 100% on that app just because that's all I got. But I don't think that it should be a necessary predication that we should have to accept to get, preferential treatment. Same for Grubhub. I like Grubhub, but, to actually get full schedule blocks, you have to accept 90% of orders. And I can just miss one, which is very easy to do because it won't load in time or some other BS. It won't, like if it's sleeping in the background, it won't even notify me that I got an order. It'll say I missed one. So just me missing one because the app decided not to load up. Really, guys? So at the same time, I see the writing on the wall is it's time to do other things. I still recognize that DoorDash is the market leader in my market. I mean, I talk to other drivers every day, but it seems like EasyCater, for example, they're moving away from DoorDash. DoorDash, with what they want to do, they want drivers to take about everything. What do you attract with $2 offers? You attract the bad, lazy drivers, of course, the slobs, the ones with the dirty T-shirt wearing their PJs that haven't showered in, 2 weeks. So, nobody wants to go into a professional setting and have their catering order delivered by someone like that. And that's what they seem to want to reward. So I really feel that everyone should be looking away from that. Par works, like you were talking earlier. Yeah, catering orders come with that stipulation. You can't be sitting here dropping off, I'm going to assign last second because of whatever BS reason. Now, if something off the wall happens, you either pay wait time for deliver that, or they can, the wait time's 40 minutes. We will kick it up to set it back out there to other drivers or to another app. Like that's when they do kick it to DoorDash. So I feel that's the future as far as DoorDash is concerned. That's all they're going to get. And we really need to look at doing other things, guys. So last mile, grocery. I know a lot of people hate shopping, but that's where the money is, even with the Instacart thing.
Listen, I couldn't agree more. I would say I made $1,100 this week. So not a lot, but enough. I didn't work a lot Friday night, didn't work Saturday or today. And I would say $700 of that was either from Instacart or Shop and Pays on DoorDash. So like 75% or so. Yeah, so
DoorDash.
Shopping is something consumers are valuing a lot versus the food delivery. Because I think consumers are noticing the time it saves them. Some consumers don't like to go to Aldi. It can be frustrating. And yeah, they're willing to tip and pay a fee for the time and the convenience. Whereas some of the food orders, especially some of the big ones, have gone down because people are cooking more at home. But then they might still be willing to use Instacart or DoorDash to get those grocery items, or they're not ordering at all, right? And when you couple that with a lot more drivers in summertime, it's why we see a lot of drivers kind of struggle. And the ones that struggle are the ones not willing to change some things up a little bit, in my opinion. But to answer your question in the beginning, I want to be clear. I'm not advocating or suggesting or telling any driver to do something that they don't think could work in their market. But you as a driver have to know, hey, do I need to be above 50%? Do I not? And you need to test it out. But I'm not gonna sit here and say you need to do this because you will make more money, because that would be me being false, right? I can't say that because I only work in St. Louis. So
I'm for adapting to what's available. So if all of a sudden you're not getting $10 offers, well, time to lower your standards. That $5 mile looks awfully appealing when you're doing nothing better. So, we all need to have standards and do that, but at the same time, we need to recognize that we're not in 2020 anymore. The days of just turning on the app, single apping, making money, not being versatile, not hustling.
Yeah.
Because this is a hustle mindset. You have to have a really hustle business mindset. I have both, obviously. So here I am still out here, and I'm still waiting on something better to come in. If I was in a true panic mode, I'm starting to catch back up. I would have signed for the W-2 that said, okay, we want 24/7 availability. I would have worked around that, but I'm not. So I'm going to wait till they get something better.
I hear you.
And
let me ask you, what are the apps that you're currently on right now? And if you don't mind sharing us, like, so tell me the apps that you're working just this past week, whatever apps you've worked, tell us. And then right after you name that app real quick, let us know, does that app have any kind of metrics? Go ahead.
PAR works, and as far as metrics, no, outside of don't cancel like within 3-hour window, like all the other catering apps pretty much do.
Okay.
I've got Uber Eats, which is traditional. Grubhub, they don't like you canceling too much. They can penalize you heavily for it and even kick you off the app or give you account strikes. I do get, occasionally they'll steal an order away from me while I'm sitting at a red light, and they just reduce the radius where I can hit arrive. So that sucks for me. And then I've got Instacart, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've got.
Let me ask you real quick before we get to whatever other apps you got. Instacart. Do you think that the ratings matter there? The tier program that they have. What's your opinion on that?
If you got to be an active shopper, it's not hard to get platinum, and as far as their rating system, it's still broken. So you could be down to a 4.45 and you'll be fine as long as you are an active shopper. You got to realize that the days of just traveling around and getting good orders are pretty much gone. So you got to pick a place. I like to pick a place that's, if I'm in a city, I sit at the grocery store. There's a bunch of restaurants across. There's some other restaurants in that plaza. And that's where I sit during the day, especially the weekdays. Now, does Uber make me more money now than Instacart? Yes, but I still do a lot of offers off Instacart. Now, the problem is they let a bunch of new people on. And instead of competing against maybe 1 or 2 others early in the morning for the early drops, I'm competing against like 6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. I tried both the stores that have early drops, and there's 6 other people sitting in the parking lot.
So get back to the Roadie. So Roadie, does Roadie have a system in place for ratings and?
Yes, they have a star system. So if you cancel an order, you automatically get 1 star, which
Got
is
it.
bad because they can
You know what's
deny
interesting?
requests, and you have to accept so many to get, like, Best Buy, for example, won't accept your bids if you don't have enough under your belt.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a little knowledge on y'all. This is just me. This just came to my brain as Bud Soda's talking to other people in the chat. You know what's interesting? Earlier you said DoorDash is the market king, and DoorDash is the king in every market. Let's just call it what it is. Most markets. I'm sorry, maybe not every. Most markets, DoorDash has the most market share. Okay. But what's funny is we're talking about ratings and numbers and if they matter, right? DoorDash is telling us right now, they're literally telling us your acceptance rate matters. Whether we believe it or not, and whatever experience we have could be different, they're telling us it does. So let's just put that for what it's worth. Acceptance rate, meaning you need to accept. All the other apps people are mentioning, whether it's the ParaWorks, Grubhub, Roadie, much smaller apps, lower market share, not as many opportunities. What matters to those apps, from what I'm hearing you guys say, is the cancellation. You can't drop it. Why do you think they don't want you to drop it? Because there's not as many offers. They need to make sure that completion rate's 100%. DoorDash don't give a fuck as much about that because there's so many offers. They just want you to accept.
But they are
right
now.
Well, yeah, 90%. Listen, if you can drop 10 out of 100, that's very easy. That's not a hard thing to keep above 90, right? But all the other apps that aren't as busy, don't have the market share yet, they are focusing more. They want the driver to focus on completion more than acceptance. Don't you think it's not a coincidence, in my opinion? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I let mine go up to 8% on Uber, and they would, like, until it got below 5%, I kept getting a message, you're higher than average, and the orders coming in did slow down. So I think completion rate matters. So that's 95% on DoorDash, and that's like a metric they say that matters for them too. So I feel that a lot of apps have that kind of baseline to where we don't want a big commitment loss. We want you to, follow through on what you accepted. Now, we understand things happen, so we'll give you a little bit of wiggle room. So I think that you've got to be very careful about what you pick and choose. And if you take that $5 from a restaurant that you know is always a 20-plus minute wait, whether they're busy or not, don't do it. So just decline it. Let your acceptance rate take the hit versus your completion. Your completion is the most important thing. And otherwise, I think the customer or service rating, because certain apps don't have a quote-unquote customer rating. It's more of a service rating like Zippy or Roadie. And then in your amount of deliveries matter a little more versus these food apps. So like Instacart, for example, you have to be taking orders to get to that platinum. So that matters, platinum or diamond, excuse me. That matters. And Uber works kind of similarly, but they might do a tier structure like DoorDash because they got to respond to what DoorDash is doing. And Grubhub just kind of seems to want to do their own thing because we're not going to follow what these other apps do anymore because that didn't work. If we just keep following them, then we're not going to attract good drivers and we're going to, keep losing more and more market share. So
yeah. But so it looks like you gotta stop for a second. It looks like did you just accept an offer, right? You getting to go pick something up?
Yep.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, I already picked it up.
Be safe. Yeah, be safe. Drive safe. Stay focused on the road. I'll talk to you next time, brother. All right. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, take care, guys. Be careful. Be safe. Adapt.
There you go. See you, brother. I want Bud Soda needs to be safe out there driving. No distractions. All right. So I got Lynn on. I'm going to bring Lynn up real quick. Then we're going to bring Sam. Me and Sam from Jaywalk have a huge announcement for you guys. But I want to get Lynn up here first, see what her opinions is on these topics. Lynn, how are you tonight, dear?
I am good, sweetie. How are you?
I'm good. Always a pleasure to see you. So what do you think? What do you think about this? These apps and the ratings? Do you think they matter? Should they matter? And Instacart, do you have any thoughts on them lowering the base pay down to like $4 and $5 to do shopping pays? It's crazy, right?
Yes, that's what they all do.
Yeah.
It's just like this. All of them, anyone that's new, any of the apps, when they're the new kid on the block, they throw that money around like crazy, don't they? And
nice.
when they get you hooked and sucked in, and then those acceptance rate, I mean that the payouts just start declining.
Start going down. Yeah.
That's what they all do. So what
Yeah.
Spark did, Spark was my main squeeze for quite a while there,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what they did when they came on the scene, throwing out these massive payouts,
Mm-hmm.
and then they all decline. All of them care about acceptance rate. All of them do. They have some sort of way to try to put someone above the other and below. I have to say this about Uber Eats is that they don't care what your status is from green to diamond if you're right there at the restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
When it is, that algorithm said, oh, here's a driver right here. Boom, throw him that order. That I have to say is an exception with a whole lot of them. But do a lot of them, of course, they going to prioritize mainly one that will accept most of them. Absolutely. They're going to want to prioritize the one that is more likely to accept whatever order over the one that has a lower AR. Of course.
Lynn, there are some people that think we have personal algorithms. Like the algorithm knows what you normally accept, and they'll feed you those. Some people think, hey, if this driver is kind of taking everything, we're going to show them a lot of $2 and $3 and $4 runs, and they're going to take those. And some people say if they know the driver only accepts orders that are $20 or more or $10, then they'll just kind of send them a few of those every day, and they'll accept those. And that's why those phones don't go off as much as somebody like that might take a $3 order for a mile, something like that. Yeah. Do you think that the algorithm?
We got a live one. That algorithm says we got a live one. Yes.
Keep sending Pedro those $3 orders. He's going to take them.
Yes, they'll take it. We'll give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything. So, they do it absolutely, and they do kind of know. They will kind of learn you. They have to try you. All of them will try you, regardless of what your standard is on that. And then they'll go, okay, let me see. Let me throw Lynn a $2 order to see what she does. Of course. Of course, she declined that. We're not doing that. So but we got to try it later. We got to see if we can slip some on you. They all do that. You get those days, but no, absolutely agree that there's something in there with the personal too.
Yeah, I think so.
That they'll see, okay, she's not going to go for this, or he's not going to go for that one. But we do have to try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So how was your week this week? Did you work? Did you work a lot, a little bit? What kind of week did you have?
I do. I mean, like work quite a bit. No, quite a bit is what I do, and it's like I know about basically when you'll get the best offers and stuff from me during the week, lunchtime, because I end up with a whole lot of someone in an office, and they have pooled, a lot of the employees have pooled the resources to order on one account. And so that's my favorite time day to be able to work. So I know that's it. Certain days at dinner time, I know that's a good time. So far it has been consistent. And that way summer doesn't make a difference. But what I notice more of is what maybe a lot have. There are a lot of children at home. Parents has an account set up for them. So I see a whole lot of garbage across the board with all of them. Because you got
Lynn, remind us, somebody asked in the chat, what market are you in, Lynn? Remind us.
I'm in Northeast Georgia, east of Atlanta.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Is where I am. And so and so that's how it goes. A lot of children ordering their home, summer, school, so that tend to see fewer tips. And so you tend to have to decline a lot of foolishness there. at that particular time. But it seems like when the parents get home, everybody wants to order some meal for the whole family. Then I see they go up. So yeah, but I don't see a problem, with that. But I do think the algorithm, it does play a part into that, and it may call too for an adjustment of how early you may work. They're getting up later, they're ordering a little later in the day. I notice, and all, but then I'm about like the first caller. It's a certain cutoff period where they bottom out past a certain time.
In St. Louis for me, because I like to stay out during this time, but I noticed from like 2 to 4 p.m. You see the trash, but I'll just decline it, and then I'll get some shopping pays, or I'll do an Instacart, and it's fine. I just don't want to, there are times I'll take breaks, but I like to just work continuous, just kind of knock it out, get to my dollar amount as soon as I can.
I'm an on and off type person. I'm like a split around, because I know when this is going to happen. But breakfast, certain time at breakfast is great. Certain time at lunch is amazing. Certain time at dinner. So I take my breaks in between that, because I know what happened in between it. I do like Uber Eats, and my market is good shopping pays. I get a lot of great shopping pays. I do those about on the daily basis. This is the way DoorDash does for you. And so, you make the differences. They have package delivery. Uber Eats trying to diversify the way that DoorDash kind of does. And so I take advantage of that. But that has been the case, that even Spark has gone down hard.
Oh yeah, you got to keep
my little side piece.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, DoorDash. I've seen more DoorDash lately.
Side piece.
In my neighboring market is better.
Yeah.
So I know what time to push myself more towards that neighboring market where it's always busy. They have fewer drivers. They need more drivers, and the payout tend to be better in DoorDash. So that's my strategies more.
Let me. I want to ask you one last question before I go to the next segment. What have you seen any difference as far as the money you can make or your earnings from this summer compared to last summer, or are they about the same? What have you noticed from this year to last year?
What I have to say, more of just having to adapt to changing times more than anything. But to be absolutely honest with you, it's very little bit of a difference between when I started. I did make more working a little bit fewer hours when I first started over 40 years ago. I could.
But overall, this summer's been about similar from last year.
I know how to adapt and change up. I learned, I learned kind of way trends go in my area. I learned, okay, now I see I have to go out a little later, or start a little later certain times. So, but it's about the same. It's all been about the same, because I learned to make adjustments. I just had in my market. I just have to constantly adjust and tweak the system.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I think if you're implementing different little things and learning, then you haven't been as affected because you do that with the changes. Because I think some drivers will say they're making less money, some maybe more, but if you're making about the same, as long as you're not having to work much more, I think that's good. I think that's actually a win for us in 2023.
But you have to change, because I would love it to be the same the way it was at first. Because unfortunately, them always fixing what doesn't need to be fixed with these apps has meant that you have had to have to change. But I've never suffered I've seen a little difference, but when I adjust, I have not lost out on any of my money.
I'm glad to hear that, Lynn. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thanks for waiting in the room in the background, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. All right, we're gonna kick it to I have something we're going to share with you guys. All right. Let me go ahead and give me 1 second here. Let me give some shout outs. I see another Pedro in here, a Russell, your driver Ken. I saw Gig Works officials come in. I saw Ceci, Nova Dasher was up in here, Autobahn, Garcia, Samantha, Val. I see you, Charles, Christy, Bigfoot, Jason. I think I missed somebody. I saw another name in there. Let us know you're in here. You can chat away. Cam, I see you guys in there. So Ronald Coleman, what's up? What's up? Good to see you, brother. So yeah, I think, I just want us to remember, listen, this isn't any late breaking news, right? But to Lynn's point, she's been doing this, I believe she said 4 years, right? When she started 4 years ago. I think a lot of us started at about that time, right? Some of you might have been in here longer. Some of you might have been in here less. But 4 is probably pretty good average, I'd say, 3 to 4 years. We didn't have to used to worry about ratings as much and completion rate, and acceptance rate, and these programs. Let me tell you something. Don't you think, though, one of the reasons we have to now do that is there's more competition? And the apps know that. They've evolved and changed. They said, hold up. We used to have 1 million drivers. Now we got 3-4 million. Okay, let's make these guys compete against each other for orders. We didn't have to do that before. We can do it now because we have the abundance. We have the roster. Okay? Think about it in sports terms. First year, you're a first-year coach. You coach a basketball. 8 kids show up to play for your team. 8 kids show up to try out. God damn it, you got all 8 of those kids are on your team because you need at least 8 players to run a basketball team. 5 starters, 3 on the bench. The next year, 20 people try out. Oh, now I get to pick and choose a little bit. I'm going to pick the best players, the guys working the hardest. Listen, I get it. I know, but that's what the coach is going to do. The next year, he's got 50 people want to play for him because everybody's found out about this basketball team, and it's a good opportunity. Yeah, some people are going to have to do more to get on that team than the first year. That's all. It's simple supply and demand. DoorDash is changing. We got to adapt or not adapt, but these things are going to matter, and they're going to matter for every single app at some point, all of them. Because as these other new great apps that are smaller that are coming up that people are trying, and we should be trying them, as they get more drivers and more market share, they will have a rating system in the app. I can guarantee you that. It might be a year from now, 6 months, could be 5 years, depending on how long that app. These rating systems are going to be a thing. And then the second that more legislation comes in or we become employees or whatever, which I do not want, I'm still steadfast on that. I don't want politicians in my pockets. That's just me. If you feel differently, that's okay, right? This show is about opinions. We can all have them. But until that happens, like they're going to have the ratings, they're going to do this stuff, man. And DoorDash ain't the only one. All these other apps, they're more similar than they are dislike, I think. They're more similar. There are more similarities than differences. So, all right. It's going to be hard to segue this, but I'm going to bring Sam up and we're going to share something with you guys. So, but I want Sam I'm going to introduce it and he's going to share it with you. And he's going to talk about these little slides. I want him to do it because he is the mastermind behind this. He is the partner. He is Jaywalk. Okay. We've built something together. But I'm going to introduce it. He's going to show it you step by step. So first, I'm going to put it on the screen. Okay. So let me put it up. Oh. Okay. Big time. There we go. Boy Weekly. A virtual place. You can get YouTube content from different creators, news, information, motivation. What happened in the gig economy that you need to know about that you might have missed or you didn't miss, something you want to revisit, something you want to learn in one virtual place. Let me bring Sam on the screen. He's going to talk about this. Sam, how are you, my friend? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, unmute. You got to unmute yourself. Okay.
Can you hear me
yes,
okay now?
Loud and clear. All right. So let me bring it up.
That,
no, you're good. Let me bring it up full page. Okay. So now, and then let me get back into this. 1 second. All right, so you guys should be seeing this Boy Weekly, YouTube Weekly Roundup premiere issue, which will launch tomorrow and weekly every Monday. So, Sam, tell us about what you put together for the gig community here.
All right. So in order to do this, I have to share my screen because I have to control.
Okay,
it
let
now.
me minimize. Let me go back to mine then. Hold on one second. Okay, so let me go ahead and get rid of that one, and let's share this one.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
And then you could just, if you want, you could just put the screen and take us off the
Right now, only thing that's up there is your screen. It's all black. There you go. That should be it. Should be it right there.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing on the screen is the Boy Weekly.
Okay. Yeah, I got a little bit of a delay coming off of YouTube that's in front of me. Anyway.
Gotcha.
So this is a digital magazine, not much different than you might see like in Newsweek or fashion magazines, things of that nature. But this is obviously catered to the family and the community that's been built around Pedro's brand. And we are working together to take what you learn and what you network and how you interact and the steps that you take and how much investment, if it's going to be any, and that sort of thing, as you strive to go to another level. Many of you are doing this DoorDashing and Grubhub delivery work as side hustle, and you're very content with your W-2, and that's so this this may not necessarily be something you might want to do, or you could come to the network here and learn about different ways that you can generate revenue. So for yourself on a part-time basis as well as on a long-term passive income type of style. So the magazine here is obviously everyone can see we have the top of the heading, I should say, and we have our headline here. We hope you enjoy. It's a new kind of YouTube experience, or I should say exploration of YouTube.
Yeah.
These are just links. I'm going to flip over to the next page.
Yeah, let's just show them. Let's just show them some of the pages here without getting too into it. I want them to go tomorrow and really dive deep into it. Let's just give them a little brief.
I got you. So you got your table of contents here for the different sections in the magazine. Then you have a little information we want to give to content creators that come onto this magazine, especially if their channels and videos are already on the magazine. This is the next 2 pages. Just so you know, because I'm in a large screen, this is showing me 2 pages at a time. So this is 1 page here. You got the other one here. This is an introduction. I'll leave this for you guys to read on your own. But it's a lot of what we're talking about here today. And then we get into some of the fun stuff. So here now we go into magazine mode, as you can see by the color design, the heading, the style. And this is a weekly roundup of YouTube channels that are in our space right now, in the BOY space and beyond, because we are going to be exploring outside of the ones that we all kind of run into all the time. These are videos that actually play inside of the magazine, but they are totally YouTube. As you can see, they are streaming from YouTube. They count as views, and the channels earn their revenues. This goes on here. Another last week on delivery apps, a 3rd page of that. You got a couple of more there. You got last week in business. And this is where you'll see some of your opportunity stuff start popping up. And again, these are all videos that you can play right inside of the magazine.
And this is a place you guys could come. Some of these content creators will be in the gig space. They'll be out of the gig space. You'll be able to be introduced to new information, new side hustles, entertaining YouTube video content from YouTubers. And maybe you'll know some of them, maybe you won't. But this is a place you can come weekly to get information in a really quick, condensed, cool platform. But then also get some of the other things that he's going to show you here. There's showcases and things. Go ahead, Sam.
Okay, thank you, Pedro. Yeah, and so actually, Pedro, did you want to talk about the showcase?
Yeah, showcase. So this is where we're showcasing Sarah Elizabeth in this premiere issue because Solo is flying her out, and she's going to be making some content for the GigCon 2023 in Denver. So the showcase is where we will pick a YouTuber and showcase them in a really cool way where you can check them out. And obviously, a lot of you guys know who Sarah Elizabeth is. So we wanted to showcase her because, she's going to be collaborating with us at this conference in a very unique way, right? And she's very excited about it. She made a fantastic video about her coming and Solo bringing her out. So we wanted to showcase her. So really looking forward to meeting her. But that will be a different channel, different person, different showcase every week. And then we got, what's going on with rideshare. So we'll have rideshare channels that you guys could check out to get the latest information and news. Flip it to the next screen if you can, Sam. Things to remember is going to be a spot where, we do the Wednesday motivational thing. So you got, it's not worth getting upset over small things, So, imagine me in my car and you see me lose my mind about a $3 order. It's really not that important, right? So we'll have things to remember in here, just a little inspiration, a little motivation, little snippets of things you can put there. And then we've got this week in podcast. So, we're featuring the Rideshare Rodeo, the Rideshare Guy, obviously friends of of us here and what we do. And we feel really good about the people we're putting up here because they're giving you valuable, very unique information and different, right? It's not going to be where you're not just going to see all my videos. Like you guys already know about that stuff. We're highlighting other people that we want you to check out because they're talking about different things than I'm talking about. This is where we talk about a new channel spotlight. So if you've been familiar with the Sundays, I usually try to feature 1 to 3 channels. This premiere episode, Old Shoe. Some of you might know who Old Shoe is. He does gig content, right? Some of you might not know. You could come to this newsletter, get a little information. Who's Pedro highlighting this week? I would do reactions to certain videos. There'll be things that you could click on to see my reaction to the video. You can click on their video, watch their video. So this is a way to collaborate and get more information to you guys in one space, right? And at the end, obviously the GigCon is sponsored by Move, Solo, and Stuvo. And we'll have things in the back part of this, just kind of, as a thank you for reading the episode virtually. This will drop every Monday. It'll be a weekly thing. You can catch it on mbo.live/weekly. And all the GigCon Denver information can be caught at mbo.live/2023. This will be a weekly thing. It's on the platform called Issue. And that is a platform where there's a lot of virtual magazines about a lot of different things. So as you go and check ours out, you can go and browse it's like a magazine rack where, hey, if you have interest in cars or this or screen printing or sports or whatever, there's going to be other things you can check out while you're checking out this weekly magazine. So, Sam, thank you for showing the screen on that, man. Appreciate that.
You're quite welcome. I'm glad you were able to grab the mic because I am terrible with speaking on camera. Really bad.
It's good practice for you, man.
Yeah.
Here, let me remove that and let's put us back on the screen. So I also want to give a little recognition to Sam. This wasn't planned. I've talked about him a few times. Sam is the curator of the website, the design logo, the magazine, a lot of things. We can't do what we do without Sam doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes, right? So like if I'm the actor here and I'm the movie, Sam is the director, producer, right? So we have to work together to make things happen for you guys. We have big plans, and we've been talking about this for 9 months or so now, but we have things that are coming, and this is part of that. So this won't be a magazine that's just all YouTube gig tubers that I know already. There's going to be a lot of different unique things that you will be able to watch, ask questions, be collaborative. There's going to be spots where you could be interactive within this virtual newsletter, ask questions, give insight, share things with us, with the community. So this is a very collaborative type of virtual magazine. Very excited every Monday. And I'll be sharing with you guys on different ways that you could find it via community posts and emails and this and that. So we're launching it tomorrow. It's public right now. If you check out the mbo.live/weekly, is that right?
Correct.
And then we're going to have links and things in various spots so you guys could find this stuff very easy. But it's public right now. Issue, I think it's spelled ISSU. Is that correct?
UU. He has 2 U's.
2 U's. ISSUU. That's where you want to go to find it. You could go in there, search, look around. You'll find it there. But very excited about this. This is very unique. I'm always trying to figure out different ways to provide you guys information and entertainment in different platforms, right? And this is one of those ways. So just know that big things are coming. Hope you guys check it out. Hope you guys like it and give us insights and feedback, and we'll definitely take that. Yeah. We want to hear the good. We want to hear the bad. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? We want all that kind of feedback from you guys too.
I just want to add a couple of things if I can. One of the things that's you're going to notice the pivoting that will start to occur on some of the videos, and maybe there'll be a new channel. These things, decisions that Pedro still has to make, but what we're trying to create here is a situation where we are here to help each other out, to talk about business ideas, and to learn about them. Now, in the situation of YouTube, which is more of a content creator issue, that there is very difficult, as many of you I'm sure have tried, to get traction with your channel, and part of it is because you're not large enough. You don't have the retention time. You might have a high jump off where people jump in and jump out of your YouTube videos, and
very hard to make it on YouTube in any niche. It's very hard to get traction. Yeah.
So it's hard to get selected to be recommended on the algorithm. So it takes a long time to get there. So what we're trying to do with this particular magazine, there's others that are coming, but this particular magazine is to bring more options for smaller content creators. So that's what this sort of is. And you're going to find out as time goes by that you're going to be involved. There's going to be lives that we're going to talk about all kinds of different things live. We're going to debate design. We're going to debate, whether a business idea is good or not, but we're going to actually debate it, vote it. And if it's good, then we're going to pull it off. My hope and the anticipation is that there'll be more opportunities to make additional magazines, to make additional business opportunities in terms of creating a brand. That's something that we're working on.
Oh no. Oh, Sam, come back. I hit the wrong button. Shit. Sorry. Come back. The pin comment's still there. I don't know how that. I meant to kick. I had 2 different things up here. I hit the wrong button. Dang. Come back, Sam. Come back. Oh no. That was kind of funny. He'll appreciate that. So I want to see if Sam comes back. But this is made to collaborate and showcase different gig tubers, YouTubers, not just gig tubers, right? And for them to get ideas and feedback from the viewers of the newsletter and YouTube. And you guys know I've always tried to help as many other content creators as I can and collaborate with them. And I've talked to many people on the phone. I try to do certain things and to learn from what I've made mistakes. I've also had some good stuff, but this is a way for us to network and work with other people that are betting on themselves. right? Whether it's on YouTube or with something else. And this will be an ever growing thing, but it'll be a really fun thing for you guys to check out every week. You know, you get your coffee Monday morning before you hit the road or whatever, or you're sitting there waiting on orders and you're flipping through the virtual magazine, and it takes you, you know, maybe 5 to 10 minutes to look at things. And hey, I want to watch this video from the Right Show Rodeo. Okay, he talked about this. Let me click on that, and boom, it embeds it, and it takes you to the YouTube video, and they get the views for it as well. So we're helping other content creators that are in this space get some views, make some money, right? And really exciting. Sorry, Sam. I'm sorry that happened.
No, that's cool. It's great. It's great. I've been hung up on before. It's not a big deal. But
by me probably too. Yeah, actually. So
yeah, a couple of times. Yeah. But anyway, the only thing I just want to add is that understand that if you stay in the community, you're engaged, you're going to get opportunities that you may not have thought about. And that's what we're trying to do. And if that's your ambition to do something else instead of what you're doing now, or to add on to what you're doing now, this is the place to be. We're going to bring quite a few people, other third parties, into this that are actually, that know about what it is that the business concept is about. So we'll get into all that another time. But
absolutely,
for those of you that are coming to GigCon in Denver, I am going to be there in person. I am looking forward to it. And thank you for having me on. And please enjoy the magazine. Think about it. Think of it as a digital version of a TV guide, but for YouTube.
I'm going to put the link in. I'm going to replace the magazine link. I'm going to put that in right now, actually. But yeah, Sam, me and Sam will meet. We're gonna see each other in just a few days. So that's going to be exciting, man. I'm looking forward. Denver's going to be amazing. I mean, I haven't. There's people in the chat that are going to be there. I know they're excited about it. It's going to be a very unique experience, a very great week, 2 days of events. It's going to be great. I just put in the magazine right there. I'm going to pin it so you guys can go check it out. And Sam, I'll talk to you soon. I'll see you in a couple days, man.
All right, buddy. Take care, everyone.
Right. See ya. All right. So, we talk about betting on ourselves, and I talk about using the gig economy especially to do that. And I've shown you guys my journey, the goods, the bads, the ups and downs, and I'm still on it. I'm still doing the gig economy, right? But I've always had in my mind, like, hey, I'm not doing DoorDash forever. Like, that's not my goal. I don't want to be in my car. I aspire to do different things and to motivate in different ways. This is part of that. And a lot of other things are going to be coming as far as with the newsletter and other things. And I'm going to continue trying to push the envelope to try different stuff. Because, I can only, the tips and tricks and all that and the conversations, it can only go so far in this space on YouTube, right? So we have to do other things. We got to level up. We got to continue to bet on ourselves in different ways. And this is part of that. So appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the comments. What up, Gary? That's a local link. It doesn't. Oh, local. What do you mean? Hold on. Let me try. Let me click on it. Where does it take me? Hold on. Let me see. Maybe I hit the wrong thing. Let me try this. Yeah, hold up. This one will work. Copy. Let me see. Thank you, Gary, for saying that. Let me replace it with this one. Let me see. Yeah, shout out to Gary. He's been in Denver for a week, you said? Okay, so let me hit that. Okay, let me see. Let me click on this one. MBO Live /week. So if I click on that, Google. There we go. There's the issue should pop up. That one should work. Somebody test it out, Gary, if you don't mind testing that out. Should different towns have different base pay? Ooh, Mary, interesting question. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think based on where you live, the base pay should be different. That's my opinion. First thinking about it. I can see current. It worked. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate that. So I got the right one in there. So it takes you to an issue website where there's a lot of other things. Check out some stuff, but check out the newsletter. Do some clicking around. There's a lot, you could click on those videos and watch them and give those content creators some views. Listen, I like the views on YouTube. I no problem. I love the views. That's how you make money, but I want my other content creators to eat. I want them to, we're going to showcase other people. We want to help other channels get monetized. We want to help other channels grow, meet their goals, right? And it's not just going to be gig tubers, because we all know who those are, okay? If you watch me, you probably watch most of the other ones, I'd say. I would mostly, right? But we're going to introduce other types of channels that are talking about other types of things and other interests. So it's going to be a very unique kind of thing that we're trying to start out. All right. Mary Sims, the pay is different in each market. Yeah, I don't know. The DoorDash space pay is like $2.25 mostly. But no, I guess in some markets it is $2. So I guess it does change. I think you're right. Why do all the fees go to pay people in Cali? Yeah, I don't know, Landon. So that's the show tonight, I think. Listen, tomorrow I got about 7 hours of driving to do. I still got some packing to do a little bit. Super excited about Denver. I'm going to see some friends I haven't seen since last year. Gary, Steve, right? Holly. I'm going to meet some new friends. Van, Bentley's going to be there. Red from Gig Wars Official. Cody. I mean, Cray, like, the whole Gig Wars team's coming down. There's going to be a lot of awesome things going on. Shout out to Move, Solo, Stuvo for helping partner with this. You guys are going to get a lot of information. There's going to be tables and booths. Gary has a table and booth. Red and Gary have a table about the Gary's apps. Hannibal is going to be talking a little bit about pet sitting, because that's his thing, right? Dash and Trade is going to be there doing a live editing show for you guys and content creation, right? Moves and Solo and Stuvo are going to be in attendance. Holly's going to talk about dumpling. She's going to have a table with information and much, much, much more. Some things that are going to be surprises that some other people don't even know about that are going to be involved and be a part of it. Obviously, we have food and everything. So if you're in Denver, you want to come to these events, the GigCon on Friday, the town hall meeting, which there's information on the conference website about that, on how to get a ticket. Go to Rideshare Rodeo's YouTube page. He has all that information there. Plus, if you're there on Friday, we're going to be talking about Saturday too, and then it's just the next day. So you just stay an extra day, or if you're local, you just come to that 2-hour event. It starts at 12, goes from 12 to 2. And there is kind of like, I believe at 2:30 to 4:30, we have food and refreshments as well after the town hall. So we got 2 jam-packed days for you guys. Super excited. My girls are excited. It's going to be great. I can't wait to connect. It's going to be live streams. Sergio from the Show Me the Money Club is going to be doing a live starting at 1:30. Tony, the Driven Dad's got the Tesla experience, where he's going to take 4 people on the self-driving mode. You're going to be able to sign up for that. We got giveaways. It's going to be fantastic. But if you're in Denver, you want to be at this event, right? And if you're not, but you already purchased a ticket and communicated with me, I really look forward to seeing you there, breaking bread, shaking your hand, and getting to connect with you guys in that way. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope you guys do the same, and I'll see you in Denver next week. I'll have content every day, and it's going to be a great time. You guys have a good one.